Hi there, I'm Bailey from Glowforge and welcome to our very first class. We designed these 3 classes with the intention that you can take them now and get started with your Glowforge powered business right away. I could not be more excited for you as you embark on your Glowforge business journey. One of my favorite parts of working here at Glowforge has been seeing how getting a Glowforge changes people's lives. I've seen more than a few folks go from side hustle to full-on business owners. And if there's one thing I've learned, it's that there's room for everyone in this huge world of making. Anyone can do it with an idea, a Glowforge, and a little elbow grease. Of course, the holiday season is a great time to get started selling. Last year, Americans spent almost $200 billion on holiday gifts and decor, and that number typically rises every year. Many Glowforge-powered businesses have their most profitable months during the winter holiday season, and some even narrow down their offerings down to 1 or 2 greatest hits that they can mass produce during those busy months. Beyond just gifting, between October and the end of the year, there are a ton of opportunities to offer custom-made decor items for all the holiday gatherings from Halloween to Hanukkah. So here's my goal for these classes. By the time you're done, you'll have all the info you need to figure out what you're going to sell this holiday season, how to personalize, price, and scale your production, and last but not least, where and how you're going to sell it. Today's class is about picking the product or products you'll sell, and we'll do that in 3 parts. First, identifying your target market. Who is this for? Second, designing products for your target market. What is it? And third, bringing those products to life on your Glowforge. How will you make it? Every product has a target market, a group of people, however niche or broad, that the product was made exactly for. When you get your product in front of your target market, they definitely buy it because you made it with them in mind. After all, you know them and they know a good idea when they see it. You'll want to keep your target market in mind through all parts of your business, from your product to your branding, to your social media presence, to the way you interact with your customers. In the 3rd class, we'll talk all about building your brand, which, spoiler alert, isn't as hard as you might think. Building a strong, recognizable brand is one of the best ways to create a product that folks will pay a premium for. For the purpose of this class, though, we'll keep focused on what your target market might want to buy during the winter holiday spending season, either as gifts, decor, or for themselves. Yeah, personal spending is often up during the holidays too, because nobody knows how to choose the perfect gift for you like you do. When you're thinking about who your target market is, you might want to consider things about them, like who are they buying for during the holidays? Is it friends, family, students, clients? Will they be decorating a home, an apartment, car, yard, front porch, classroom? How much are they willing to spend on one item? How many people are they buying for? Does it make it easier for them to buy in bulk? Here's an example. I take my dog to a doggy daycare, and I've noticed that there are a lot of other couples with dogs that they spoil with treats and costumes and photo shoots. Using those people as my target market, I could dream up a line of custom pet products that they might buy around the holidays. Here's another real-life example for you. Robbie from Erlenmeyer Design, who is a full-time science teacher, knows the importance of creating something for your audience. Last holiday, he made COVID-themed ornaments that were so popular that he ended up on the Winnipeg News. Make something that relates to your community, Robbie said. Make something that when people see it, they would be like, this is something I would buy and I would gift. Don't aim for the trend. Modify and change the trend to you. And Robbie's next business venture is all about creating hyper-local and hyper-custom. He knows his target markets. We are branching off to start a custom hats and toques leather patch line, Beaker Apparel. It is to target local and smaller communities and to have patches and hats that cater to those communities. Very cool. Now that you have a target market in mind, there are 2 ways to approach creating a product just for them. If you already have a product you make, you'll want to consider how you can make it the best, most custom choice for the target market you're getting it in front of. For example, if you make Western-style leather bracelets and have decided to focus on a target market of horse owners, you can consider using your Glowforge to engrave photos or names of beloved horses onto the products. If you don't yet have a specific product in mind, no problem. Think about the people in your community, either at home, work, or online. The holidays are coming and they will need gifts to give. For example, maybe you have children who are involved in dance classes or sports teams. You know that your fellow dance or sports parents have already invested time and money into their child's hobby. One idea might be to make and sell customized photo frames to commemorate the experience, which could be gifted to proud family and friends by the children or the parents. Alternatively, you could approach the dance school and offer to produce custom awards and prizes for the holiday recitals. Once you have an idea for a product that your target market is bound to love, scope out the competition. This can be as simple as browsing the web or visiting a local craft fair to see what similar products are being sold, to whom, and with what features. How can you make yours stand out? Maybe you decide to add an inlay of an acrylic ballet slipper or soccer ball on your custom frames instead of sticking to just wood. To speak from a real-life example, Foong from PB Corner runs a year-round business making custom signs, stamps, photo props, and trinkets. During the holidays, though, she shifts to items that her young, stylish, custom, everything-loving target market buys. Ornaments made just for them to celebrate the big milestones they're experiencing each year. When I talked to her, she said ornaments are very popular during the holiday season, especially ones that are customizable with names and dates to celebrate milestones like the first Christmas as a married couple, in a new home, or a baby's first Christmas, she said. One of the most incredible things about Glowforge is how you can bring the idea inside your head to life in minutes. And since Glowforge is so fast, you can print your orders on demand, so you don't need to risk keeping stock on hand that might not sell. This speed has another big advantage. If you notice a popular trend this season, you can quickly incorporate it into your products and leverage the trend. There's a big advantage to being one of the first to market, and you can do it over and over again. We already know you're entrepreneurial. That's why you're here. And you've got great product ideas, probably more than you've ever known what to do with. You've got what it takes to have a massively successful holiday season. And don't worry, you don't need to be an engineer or designer to bring your product from your mind into reality. Once upon a time, maybe that would have slowed you down, but now there's nothing stopping you from having a super successful seasonal or year-round business. Say that your product is an ornament and your target market is families who buy matching holiday outfits. They love to buy matching keepsakes to commemorate the holidays, and they're buying the same thing for multiple people, meaning that you should see lots of multiple item sales. Every Glowforge print starts with a digital file like a PDF, so the first thing to create your new product is to decide how you'll create your print file. Will it require any customized elements that you get from the buyer, like a name, photo, or graphic? Spoiler alert, I suggest yes, so start thinking about that early. If you know how to use design programs like Adobe Illustrator, then you're all set to design for Glowforge. You'll be able to cut and engrave on your Glowforge using file types like PDFs or SVGs. If you want to learn or need a refresher, there are tons of great videos on YouTube made by Glowforge owners. You could also browse online marketplaces like Etsy or the Glowforge Catalog to see if what you want to make is already available as a digital file to purchase and then print it on your Glowforge. If you do a little searching, you'll find there are tens of thousands of print-ready laser cutter files available, some for just a few dollars each, which you can download, customize, print, and sell. Try searching for terms like laser cut files or SVG files, and be sure to read the fine print to ensure that you are allowed to sell the printed product and that there are no limitations on how many you can print and sell. If you have something really unique in mind that you can't find available and you don't have the design skills to create it yourself, you could also consider commissioning someone to design the product for you. Sites like Fiverr, 99 Design, and Upwork can be really helpful resources to connect you with a designer on your budget. Keep this option in mind for a third class when we discuss building your brand. You might want to hire some talent to design things like an illustration or a logo for your new business. In this example, we're going to choose to produce something from the Glowforge Catalog, the ugly sweater ornament. It's a print-ready file available for $4 for unlimited prints, and it has commercial licensing, meaning we have permission to sell what we print. Next, you'll want to decide on what materials you'll need to print this design. Your Glowforge can cut and engrave on hundreds of different materials, But what will you use? You might consider testing several different options or even trying the same material sourced from several different places to find what looks best for your product. You could also consider offering multiple material choices for your customers, budget-friendly plywood for some and luxurious hardwood for others, which would, of course, command a premium price. Carefully consider the final look you're going for. Bright and colorful acrylics, polished and sleek hardwoods, supple leathers, crayon-ready cardboard, or perhaps you're printing directly on a finished item like a cutting board, wallet, plate, or watch band. Remember, getting a Glowforge means you'll have the ability to work with products you never have before. Adam from 80 Proof Goods upgraded from a vinyl cutter to a Glowforge and was amazed at how fast his new leatherworking business took off. In fact, he's about to leave his full-time job to run the business, and I thought his advice about materials was worth sharing with you. Here's what he said. Make sure you have enough inventory on hand. One thing I underestimated was how much leather I'd need. Having to order leather supplies as orders come in around the holidays is stressful. Shipping times slow down and inventory can be low, so get your supplies early so you don't have to worry. He also says the Glowforge helps you fly through orders, so you can get low on supplies without even realizing it because of how fast you're going. Also, be creative. The Glowforge can do a lot. I was hand cutting roughly the amount of leather I needed to fit in a Glowforge bed, which meant I had a lot of wasted scrap. I used my Glowforge to cut out an acrylic template of some of my products, so I knew exactly how much leather I needed to hand cut for the Glowforge bed without having too much excess, he said. That is so smart. I love this material efficiency tip because, of course, it's important to consider the material cost per item compared to how much you want to charge for the finished product. In the app, it's super easy to take my sweater design and copy, paste, and rotate to fit at least 8 on my sheet. Remember, we're aiming to maximize yield from our material, so use every square inch you can. You could even create a sub-product line like little sweater accessories or add-ons, or a line of festive earrings that you could sell for 15 bucks a pop. We'll cover more about pricing in the next class. For our ugly sweater ornament, I want to use a material that's light in color enough to see an engraved personalization really clearly and something that looks great without any painting or sanding. So I'm going to choose a proof grade maple plywood, which is already pre-sanded and finished with a furniture grade polish. This step is technically optional, but I think it's one worth taking. To really make your product stand out, find an element of personalization. You can, of course, sell unpersonalized items, and depending on your product, that might make sense in your business plan. However, we hear from lots of Glowforge-powered business owners that their ability to offer personalized goods increases not only the average individual order price, but also the total numbers of orders you'll see. People love customization. Pro tip, you can actually enable a personalization indicator for your listing on Etsy so that it comes up when folks are searching for such a thing. Some examples might include engraving text like names, dates, places, song lyrics or quotes, images like photos, or even capturing handwritings or hand illustrations using the Glowforge Trace feature. Zori from Sugar and Chic Shop has been running a small business for more than 10 years, and she told us that her custom baby footprint ornaments, printed on her Glowforge of course, are among her top sellers during the holiday season. In this scenario, I can imagine Zori's target market is new parents who want to gift their friends and family with a modestly priced celebration of the arrival of their baby. They send Zori a photo of their baby's footprint, and she's able to capture them forever. Adding the custom detail of your baby's footprint isn't something that everybody can do, and it makes the end result so much more personal to the recipient. To me, this is where the magic happens. One of the coolest things about having a Glowforge is the ability to make every single thing you print feel like it was printed with its recipient in mind. For our ugly sweater ornament, I'll offer my customers the chance to customize the sweaters with a name or phrase up to 20 characters. I'll also offer a few generic, widely appealing options that folks can pick up if they don't have a particular recipient in mind, but still like the product. And here's an insider tip. You can print a bunch of blank sweater ornaments in advance. Then, as orders come in, you can put as many as you need back into your Glowforge and add the personalized touches. With agility like this, you'll be able to offer faster dispatch times, increasing the number of orders you can fulfill before the season is over. Fourth and finally, the last step in bringing your Glowforge made product to life is finishing. Depending on your product, this step is also optional, but can be a great way to really increase your margins. Your engraved cheese board might look fabulous right out of the Glowforge, or you might choose to add a colorful resin pour to it. Finishing a product or adding after print details like paint, inlays, or gold foil can add dimension and luxury to your product and help justify a higher price point. It's also a way to take a simple mass-produced design and make it completely one of a kind. Keep in mind though that it can also take much longer to produce a highly finished product, so you'll want to factor finishing time and materials into your pricing plan, which we'll talk through in the next class. One finishing step that I think is always worth it is to add your shop name or website to the back of your product. That way, when the recipient is looking for their own custom gifts, they'll know who to visit. For my ugly sweater ornament, I'm going to keep the finishing minimal with a simple 6-inch ribbon hanger for each that I can tie quickly by hand. Thinking back to my social media game, however, maybe I'll produce a few special edition sweaters from special materials and offer them as promotional giveaways. This can help to encourage your followers to bring their friends to your store and effectively grow your audience. We'll get to that in the third class. Oh my gosh, we've covered so much ground and it's only the first class. So far, we've covered how you'll identify your target market, how to design a product with exactly them in mind, and then how to use your Glowforge to bring that product from idea to reality. So that's it for today, but there's so much more to come. In our next class, we'll dig into pricing, planning, and production for the busiest time of the year. See you there.